Social media double life. In person, you mean everything to me. Online, zero trace of your existence. Their Instagram looks single, their ex acts single, and their Snap, you don't even want to know. If they're keeping you a secret online, it's not for privacy. It's because they're keeping their options open. So, you're in a relationship, but terms and conditions may apply. Everything is a test. They ignore your text just to see if you'll double text. They pretend to be upset just to see how much you really care. Every day is some new, exhausting test you never signed up for. At this point, you're less a partner and more of a lab rat, except there's no Ratatouille moment where this all pays off. Dismisses your feelings as too sensitive. You tell them, "Hey, that hurt my feelings," and they roll their eyes. Wow, you're really gonna make a big deal out of this? Hear that silence? That's because you left, took a cab to the airport, flew to Maui, and now you're spending your days learning to surf. Now that's dodging a red flag in style. You're welcome for the idea. Expects you to entertain them 24/7. They're bored for 5 minutes and suddenly that's your problem. Ugh, I have nothing to do. Okay, and should I start juggling? If someone needs constant entertainment and treats you like their personal circus, let them go find another clown. Pretends to forget things that inconvenience them. Oh no, I totally forgot we had plans. Oh no, I totally forgot to care. Funny how their memory only fails when it benefits them. Meanwhile, they remember every tiny thing you did wrong since 2017. If their forgetfulness is one-sided, they're not forgetful, they just don't give a crap. Plays the "I'm just honest" card. I'm just saying you looked better before the haircut. Not to be mean, but I wouldn't have worn that if I were you. Oh, how generous. Free insults wrapped in fake honesty. If they think respect is optional, so is your presence. Drains your energy instead of adding to it. After spending time with them, do you feel happy and recharged, or like you just finished a 12-hour shift on an oil rig? And can you imagine feeling like this for the next 30 plus years? Acts differently in private versus public. In front of people, they're all over you, sweet, charming, the perfect partner. Everyone's telling you how amazing they are and how you hit the jackpot. But alone, they suddenly look like they just got stuck in an elevator with you. If their affection has an on-off switch depending on who's watching, you're basically dating a Craigslist car. Looks great in the pictures, but the second you take it home, the engine starts making weird noises. Forgets important dates but remembers theirs. Your birthday? Oops, slipped their mind. Their birthday? Full week celebration, cake, and a fireworks show. If they expect you to treat their special days like national holidays while forgetting yours exist, you're not a priority. You're just their unpaid party planner. Stop taking notes from someone who doesn't even have you on their calendar. Constantly creates jealousy. Oh my god, my ex used to do that too. Haha, this random stranger just hit on me. They're not accidentally making you jealous. They're doing it on purpose. It's a cheap trick to keep you insecure and chasing them. But I guess the only thing you should be chasing is the exit. Only nice when they need something. Out of nowhere, they're all, "Hey, cutie," and start drowning you in compliments like grandma when you finally visit her after 2 months. 5 minutes later, "So, can you do me a favor?" Well, how unexpected. And no, here's your suitcase. Don't forget to close the door on your way out. Guilt tripping you for having a life. Oh, you're going out with friends? I guess I just don't matter. Ah yes, the classic pity party manipulation. If they act like you need permission to have a life, that's not love. That's emotional hostage taking. You're not their partner, you're a prisoner. Let them stare at their phone waiting for an apology that's never coming. Overly secretive about everything. You ask, "What do you do for work?" And suddenly they're blinking like they just started typing P into their browser. There's privacy, and then there's acting like they're running an underground operation. If basic questions make them this nervous, either they're hiding something, or they just like being interesting. Always plays devil's advocate. I'm just saying, technically, sharks have it worse than their victims. Oh great, Another person who thinks arguing is a personality trait. They don't have real opinions, just a compulsive need to disagree. It's not intelligence, it's exhausting. At this point, they'd argue with a mirror just to prove a point. Let them win by losing you. Emotionally unavailable but wants attention. They aren't looking for anything serious, but somehow expect full relationship benefits. They disappear when things get real, but show up when they're lonely. Oh, you're sad? Suddenly they miss you. This isn't love. It's a subscription they only renew when they're bored. Cancel it. Can't take no for an answer. You say no. They hear try harder. Whether it's about plans, personal space, or pineapple on pizza, that's not them being determined. It's them not respecting you. And if they can't handle a simple no, they really won't like the one where you leave. Keeps score. They paid for coffee? Now you're in debt, just so you know. You forgot to text back once. They'll even the score. A relationship isn't a spreadsheet. It's not supposed to be transactional. If every kind of gesture comes with an invisible price tag, pack their bags, because this one is redder than you after a week in Cancun. Talks over you when you're vulnerable. You open up about something deep, and before you even finish, they hit you with, yeah, that reminds me of when Oh, cool. Your emotional moment is just an opening for their monologue. If they can't shut up and listen when it matters, they don't deserve to hear anything at all from you. Defensive about every tiny criticism. Hey, could you not leave your socks everywhere? Uh-oh, shots fired. Suddenly, it's a full-blown trial. They act like any feedback is a personal attack. If you can't even mention small things without them spiraling, good luck ever solving real problems. Actually, scratch that. There won't be solutions, just tantrums. Lack of basic manners. Please and thank you are apparently too much effort. They treat cashiers like vending machines. Forget that doors can be held open, and somehow always conveniently never say thanks. If they can't be decent with the small stuff, imagine what else they'll start skipping, like, respect. Expects you to fix them. They don't want a partner. They want a free therapist, life coach, and motivational speaker all in one. Every problem in their life is your responsibility to solve. Meanwhile, they put in zero effort. If you wanted a project, you'd build a bookshelf. Be careful. These people can completely drain you and suck the life out of you. Badmouths their friends. They claim their best friend is annoying, dramatic, or fake, but they still hang out with them. So either they're lying or they just collect people they don't respect. Either way, yikes. And spoiler alert, if they talk this much trash about their friends, imagine what they say about you. Hides you from their friends and family. Dating them feels like being in the FBI, except the only secret here is you. Their friends don't know you, their family has never heard your name, and every time you bring it up, they hit you with a let's not rush things. Rush what? A basic introduction? Yeah, something's fishy. Blames their past on everything. Bad exes, toxic childhood, that one mean teacher in second grade. There's always a reason they act like this. But at some point, trauma stops being an explanation and starts being an excuse. If their past is responsible for everything, when do they take responsibility? Let them heal on their own time, without making you suffer for it. Bored when you talk about your interests. You listen to their 90-minute deep dive on why their favorite superhero is so misunderstood. But the second you mention your interest in catching butterflies in a field, they suddenly look like they're watching paint dry. If someone can't even pretend to care about what makes you happy, why waste another second caring about them? Never takes initiative. You plan the dates, you make the effort, you keep the relationship alive. Meanwhile, they contribute absolutely nothing except existing, and if they put in any less effort, they'd basically be a decorative pillow. Acts like they're doing you a favor by dating you. They act like just existing in your life is a gift. Every compliment feels like charity, and every argument ends with, "You'll never find someone like me." Oh no, how will you ever replace this walking red flag? If they think they're the prize, let them perhaps stay unclaimed. Gives you the silent treatment instead of talking things out. You bring up an issue, and instead of handling it like an adult, they vanish faster than your paycheck on Friday night. No texts, no calls, just pure, awkward silence. This isn't conflict resolution, it's emotional blackmail. If their go-to move is disappearing, that's redder than a lobster at an all-you-can-eat beach buffet. Treats pets or animals poorly. Kicking dogs, mocking cats, definitely not normal. If they have zero empathy for a helpless animal, imagine how they'll act when no one's watching. This isn't just a red flag, it's a flashing neon sign that says, "Run before you end up in a true crime documentary." Uses fake tears to get what they want. You call them out, and suddenly, it's waterworks o'clock. Full sobbing, shaky voice, maybe even a dramatic pause for effect. 1 minute, they're caught red-handed. The next, they're the real victim. Tears aren't always manipulation, but if they show up every time they mess up, it smells like guilt tripping. Forces you to choose between them and others. Oh, so you'd rather spend time with them instead of me? Let me think. Yes. If your partner gets jealous every time you have a life outside of them, that's not love, that's control. The moment you close the door behind you, maybe suggest they get a pet hamster. Uses your past against you. You tell them something embarrassing from years ago, thinking it's safe. Big mistake. Now every argument comes with a full replay. Oh, but remember, you had a meltdown because your burger had pickles on it? At this point, they know your history better than Google. Too bad all they do with it is throw it back in your face. Never makes the first move. You text first, you call first, plan everything. If you stopped reaching out, would they even notice? Dating them feels like maintaining a Tamagotchi, except at least that beeps when it needs attention. Relationships should be mutual, not a solo project. If you're doing all the work, you're basically dating yourself. Hot and cold. 1 minute, they're super into you, and the next, they're colder than your mom's response to your life choices. This red flag means they're playing mind games to keep you hooked. Love isn't a yo-yo. It's supposed to be consistent. If you're constantly guessing where you stand, it's time to stand somewhere else, preferably far away. Invade your privacy. Alert, pure toxicity incoming. You found out they go through your phone, check your messages, and casually ask, "Who's that?" every time you get a notification. This isn't curiosity, it's control with a side of paranoia. If they're acting like the FBI without a warrant, it's a huge red flag. Last time I checked, you're in a relationship, not under investigation. Never ask about you. And then the bear starts running after me. He jumped on me, so that reminds me of when I stubbed my toe last week. If every conversation ends up being about them, you're basically just a background character in their personal movie. If they never ask anything about yourself, they're probably not interested in getting to know you. They just want an audience. Remember, you're not a podcast host, and they're definitely not your guest. Talk down to you. This one's redder than a tourist in Florida who fell asleep on the beach. If every conversation feels like a lecture and they want to talk to you like you're a 5-year-old, maybe it's really time to take that vacation to Florida without them. A partner should treat you like an equal, not like a kid they're always correcting. Threaten to leave. Every argument ends with, "Maybe we should just break up." Oh, great. Nothing like a breakup threat to solve everything. This isn't problem solving, it's emotional blackmail. If your partner keeps threatening to leave, maybe it's time to hand them their coat and say, "Don't let the door hit you on the way out." Disappear. You lost your job and you are going through rough times, and suddenly, they're nowhere to be found. This flag is more red than a kid after eating a whole bag of hot Cheetos. If they only show up for the good times, they're not a partner, they're a tourist. Real friends and partners stick with you through the good and the bad. These people vanish the moment things get tough. You deserve someone who stays by your side even when life gets messy. Never show appreciation. You cook them dinner, and all you get is a mumbled, "Thanks," You surprise them with a gift, and they act like it's no big deal. In that case, you've got a gift for them too, a map, so they can find the door. Lie about small things. They said they were at the gym, but you caught them at McDonald's. But hold on, what are you doing there? Weren't you supposed to be in that long meeting? Anyway, if they lie about little things, what else could they be lying about? If that's a repeating pattern, they're just lying out of habit. That's a sign you should run. Trust is built on truth, not lies and fries. Love bombing. Oh my God, you're the most amazing person I've ever met. I simply can't live without you. After just 15 minutes of waiting for the bus together? Yeah, no. Love bombing feels like a Disney movie, but it's actually a trap. They give you tons of attention to hook you in, but once they stop pretending, you're left wondering where that sweet, perfect person disappeared to. Look, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Life isn't Love is Blind. Interrupt you constantly. But wait for this, you won't believe what Has anyone been to the new coffee shop at the corner? Really? Thanks. Now we'll never know what happened next. If someone constantly jumps in while you're talking, that's a big red flag. It shows they always want the spotlight and think their words are more important than yours. Interrupting all the time isn't just disrespectful, it's super annoying. Honestly, if they love hearing their own voice that much, they should date a mirror instead. Unrealistic expectations. They expect you to be a 5-star chef, their personal assistant, and a mind reader all at once. If their expectations are that ridiculous, that's a giant red flag. You're a human, not a Swiss Army knife. Victim. Their boss is out to get them, their ex is crazy, the mailman's conspiring against them, everyone's the villain. And they're always the innocent lamb. Well, if they're the victim in every situation, chances are they're the real problem. These people avoid taking responsibility and won't hesitate to throw you under the bus when it helps them. You're not their therapist, and honestly, you're not getting paid enough to deal with this drama. Rude to wait staff. They're super nice to you, but get rude with the server for forgetting the extra ketchup? Yikes. That's not just a bad day, that's probably a bad personality. Today it's the waiter. Tomorrow, it could be you. This red flag shows they think kindness is optional, and that's a huge no-no. It looks like the ketchup isn't the only thing they're missing. Constantly negative. Ugh, it's raining. Coffee is too hot and the water's too wet. Yeah, you forgot to add that the sunlight is too bright too. Constant negativity like that is draining. It's a red flag because it brings you down too. Otherwise, you'll spend your life dodging complaints like Neo dodges bullets. Compare you to others. If they're always saying, why can't you be more like insert anyone from their ex to fictional Netflix character, it's time to pack your bags. These comparisons mess with your confidence and leave a bitter aftertaste. If they don't want you for who you are, why are you still there? Blame you for everything. Car broke down? Your fault. They missed their alarm? You should have woken them up. Cloudy outside? Guess you should have blown the clouds away. A person who blames you for everything is practically impossible to live with, unless you enjoy being guilty just for existing. Flirting with others. You're on a date, and they're checking out the waiter like they're already planning their honeymoon. Well, Houston, we got a problem. If they flirt with others right in front of you, that's not harmless fun. It's just plain disrespectful. This red flag says, I need attention from everyone. You deserve someone who's focused on you, not someone who can't keep their eyes or their loyalty in one place. Never apologize. There's a big difference between saying, I'm sorry you feel that way, and I'm sorry I did that. One is a real apology. The other is just a way to avoid blame. This is a classic move from the non-apologizers. They hate taking responsibility, but are experts at giving fake apologies. Instead of admitting they're wrong, they twist the situation until you're the one who feels guilty. They're too stubborn or proud to own their mistakes, as if being wrong is worse than robbing a bank. Jealous of your success. You get a promotion, and instead of celebrating, they get all grumpy like a kid who didn't get a slice of cake. If your wins feel like their losses, they're waving a red flag right in your face. A real partner or a friend cheers you on. An insecure one tries to bring you down with them. Remember, a relationship should feel like a team, not a sabotage mission. Mixed signals. They say, "I really care about you," but disappear the second you need them. If what they say doesn't match what they do, believe their actions. Saying, "You can always count on me," while ghosting you is like saying, "I'm a vegetarian," while chewing on steaks at a Texas barbecue. Actions speak louder than words, and this red flag is screaming at you. Don't waste your time on someone who makes big promises but never follows through. Gaslight. You're making this up. I never said that. But it did happen. If someone constantly makes you doubt your own memory or feel like you're losing your mind, run. Gaslighting isn't just a red flag, it's a giant red billboard. Trust your gut, not their messed up version of reality. If they keep trying to rewrite the story, it's time to close the book. Life's too short to feel like you're stuck in a psychological thriller. Phone sensitive. This one is a bit controversial. If their phone is locked down like Fort Knox and they panic when you just glance at it, something's up. I'm not saying everyone needs to share passwords, definitely not. But if they act like their phone holds the nuclear codes, they might be hiding something. Or maybe they're just really bad at Subway Surfers. Either way, a relationship should be built on trust, not paranoia and passcodes. No boundaries. Ugh, I need some time to myself. Oh, so you don't want to spend time with me? Ding, 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 guilt trip alert. This red flag means they want you to feel bad for having basic needs. Non-toxic people respect boundaries. They don't see them as personal attacks. Drama magnet. If their life is a constant soap opera with new scandals, betrayals, and tears every week, brace yourself. This red flag means their life is always full of chaos. You don't have to get dragged into their personal telenovela. Sometimes, the smartest move is to just switch the channel. Constant competition. I had a rough day. Excuse me, you had a rough day? If everything turns into a who has it worse contest, you've got a walking red flag. Life isn't a competition, and if they can't let you have a moment, they won't let you have much else either. A partner or friend should support you, not make you feel like you're in a constant Olympic showdown. Always late. If you feel like you're dating a clock with dead batteries, watch out. Being late once or twice is life. Being late all the time is just disrespect. This red flag says, my time is more important than yours. And if they won't respect your time, what else won't they respect? Probably a lot. Find someone who shows up for you, both in person and in life. You deserve better than someone who takes longer to get moving than a Windows update. No friends. If all their friendships seem to expire faster than a carton of milk, something is definitely off. Having long-term friends shows they're emotionally stable. If they keep dropping old friends and picking up new ones, there's probably a reason, and it might be them. Friendships aren't like disposable coffee cups. They should last longer than your New Year's resolution. Thrashing the ex. If every story about their ex ends with, and that's why he was a psycho, be careful. You might be the next psycho in their future stories. Sure, maybe their ex wasn't perfect, but if they're always trash-talking their exes, that's a red flag. Healthy people learn from their past relationships. They don't turn them into bitter jokes. Remember, if they're making fun of their ex today, they could be making fun of you tomorrow. Never compromise. Their way or the highway? Yeah, no thanks. If they refuse to budge on anything, you're basically in a dictatorship. If they can't compromise on what to eat for dinner, good luck with life's bigger decisions, like picking what to watch tonight. You're a partner, not a doormat. Make jokes at your expense. Wow, you actually cooked something that didn't set off the smoke alarm. No, that's not a joke. That's a backhanded slap masked as humor. If their teasing always makes you feel embarrassed or small, it's not playful. It's just plain mean. Funny how it's always the one saying it who can't even boil water. Make plans without you. They're always off on adventures and somehow forgot to invite you. It's one thing to have independent hobbies. It's another to live like they're still single. This red flag screams, "You're not my priority." If they keep leaving you out, maybe it's time to let them explore life without you as their baggage handler. Family trash talk. Family drama is normal, but constantly roasting your closest ones is suspicious. If they have zero respect for their own blood, why would they have any for you? Unless their family is the Dursleys from Harry Potter, they've got some explaining to do. Don't support your dreams. I'd like to start my own YouTube channel. That's so dumb. Wow, thanks for the motivation. I smell jealousy and insecurity. A partner who doesn't support your goals isn't really a partner. They're dead weight. You might as well date a broken elevator. At least it admits it's not going anywhere. Open options. You've been hanging out for 10 months, and they're still saying, let's just see where it goes. Translation? They're keeping their options open. If you're ready for a real relationship and they keep avoiding calling it that, it's a red flag waving you away from heartbreak. Don't let someone keep you on the sidelines. You're not on The Bachelor. Is that still a thing, by the way? Hold grudges forever. You forgot their birthday 3 years ago, and they're still bringing it up like it's a true crime mystery. Holding grudges isn't a personality trait. It's a red flag waving at you from the past. Any relationship should be about forgiveness, not keeping a detailed log of every mistake. If they can't let things go, you'll be forever haunted by your crimes. Might as well get a detective badge and call it a day. Pressure you into things. Ever had someone say, "Come on, don't be so lame," when you don't feel like going out after a tough day? If they can't respect your choices, that's a huge red flag. It shows they care more about what they want than how you feel. Trust yourself. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for it. Your intuition. Sometimes you can't explain it, but your gut is screaming, red flag. Trust that feeling. Your instincts are like your mom on a road trip. They know when you're going the wrong way. Don't ignore that persistent voice. It's often the most honest signal you'll get. If something feels off, it probably is. And hey, if it's a choice between your gut and their excuses, I'd bet on your gut. It hasn't lied to you yet. To learn about types of toxic people, watch the video you now see on the screen. My name is Matt, and I thank you for watching.